Hello, my amazing artist. We are going to create our very own Vincent Van Gogh inspired sunflowers. For this version, you only need markers, crayons, a coffee filter, a cup of water, and then maybe a paintbrush if you have one. You could also use an old toothbrush too for this, or even just like a squirt bottle would be great. All right, so take your coffee filter, you're gonna lay it down, and then try to draw a circle around the inside. And then I'm gonna add some swirls in the middle just because I like how that looks. Now going around the coffee filter, you're going to draw some petals for our flower. These do not have to be perfect. I'm also leaving space in between each one. To add some more design, I'm going to make a little line in between each petal. And then in those empty spaces, I'm going to draw some orange petals. Now this is supposed to be a sunflower, but I'm choosing my own colors because I like the way this looks. You could choose the colors I am or get creative and choose your own colors. Okay, so after doing that, now we need to add to the background. The background, let's use lines to fill the space. Oh, whoopsie. What does the flower stand on? A stem. Make sure you draw a stem. And then I also added some leaves, which you could do. Okay, on to the background. Instead of those curvy lines, now I'm going to draw some spiral lines. I am creating balance by adding my red spiral lines in the top left-hand corner and the bottom right-hand corner. And then creating more balance by adding some blue squiggle lines in the bottom left-hand corner and blue squiggle lines in the top right-hand corner. Okay, now here's the fun part. Check it out. I'm adding water with a paintbrush on top of my marker, and what's happening? Do you see that the marker is starting to spread? It's starting to bleed. In art, when we use the term bleed, it means that the colors are spreading and they're starting to mix and go other places. So why this is happening is because I'm using water-soluble markers, or they're also labeled washable markers. And this means the markers really like the water. So if you add water on top of the markers, it's going to act like paint. So artist, anytime that you want to make a painting, but you don't have paint, just create an artwork with marker and add some water on top. I'm adding the water with the paintbrush, but if you don't have a paintbrush, use an old toothbrush that you're not gonna brush your teeth with again, and that should work. Or you can use a spray bottle as well. Okay, friends, so I have let this dry. I let it dry overnight, but if you put this somewhere sunny and let the sun dry it for you, it will dry quicker. And you'll notice that the colors are pretty dull. So I'm actually going to add some crayon on top of it. Now, the coffee filter is not going to stick, and that's because the sun has evaporated the water. You could glue it down, but I'm actually going to remove it. And do you see how the marker is still on the paper? Well, you actually just created a print. The marker and the water has soaked through that coffee filter and it's printed on the white piece of paper. Pretty cool. All right, now I'm gonna speed up the video and I'm really just going to do exactly what I did with the markers, but now with crayon. And that's just going to add some emphasis and some nice and bright colors because I want mine to be nice and bright and happy. So just watch along, and of course you can pause at any time. as I was coloring, I noticed that the yellow is kind of hard to see. So I want this to be more bold and vibrant. That means a really bright color. So I'm going to color in the yellow petals with the yellow. You could try adding different colors on top of each other. Maybe you want to create some values. Value is the lightness and darkness of a surface. So if you want something to be dark, press harder with your crayon. If you want it to be lighter, color lighter, so don't press as hard. You could even try layering different colors on top of each other. That is totally your choice. And there you go, artist. You just created a Vincent Van Gogh inspired sunflower using markers and crayons. I hope you have fun, take chances, and stay curious.